Welcome, everybody. In today's show, we're going to be discussing Bitcoin futures data hints at $22,000 as the next logical step for Bitcoin. Also quoting Max Kaiser, 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. Bitcoin has no volatility whatsoever. It's fiat money that is volatile. Fiat money is mathematically guaranteed to lose purchasing power, and that's where poor people come from. Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to increase purchasing power. This is how you escape poverty. Also in today's show, we'll be discussing large Bitcoin hodlers abruptly accumulate $1.5 billion in BTC in just 2 weeks, according to the latest analytics from Into the Block. We'll also be discussing breaking news. Crypto gambling site Stake sees a $16 million hack in cryptocurrency. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin could witness both a demand and supply shock at the same time, says Bitcoin bull Anthony Pompliano. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be discussing Binance CEO CZ defends against regulators amidst FUD. That's right. Despite the FUD, CZ shares that Binance has only proved its strength to keep a large number of its users and its significant market presence. We'll also be discussing the Binance CEO's prediction that the Bitcoin price will reach $10 million per coin. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. And welcome everyone tuning in. Just a quick reminder to smash that like button as it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, I highly encourage you to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And also make sure to subscribe to the new channel, which is Crypto News Alerts Clips, where I'm uploading clips on a daily basis from the live stream. You can see we just launched the channel. There's already 108 subscribers and it continues to grow. Yesterday, I released like 5 clips and I'm going to continue to be doing so. Also, a quick heads up. Today, we're going to run an experiment in honor of Satoshi creating 21 million Bitcoin. We all know it's the finite limited supply. For today's episode, I want to, as a goal, hit 1,000 concurrent live stream viewers at the same time. And I figured out a little way to do so. All you need to do is open up as many tabs as you possibly can throughout today's live stream and simply just refresh or hit the F5 key on your keyboard on those different tabs, and it's going to help spike and bring more audience to the live stream. And again, the goal is 1,000 concurrent viewers. So let's see if we can make that happen. If you're up for that, let me know in the comments. And of course, this is an interactive show. So welcome everyone just tuning in. This is podcast episode number 1392. I'm your host, JV, and today is September 4th, 2023. Happy Labor Day. Hopefully you're having a fantastic holiday weekend. Let's kick off today's show with our market watch as we do each and every day. We got Bitcoin back in the red, down 0.5%, barely holding on to $25,800. We also have Ether down 0.5%, trading just above $1,600. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we're barely holding on to the $1 trillion milestone market cap with about 24 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. So that's up 25%, with the Bitcoin dominance pretty stagnant at 48.4% and the Ether dominance at 18.8%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, we can see Rocket Pool leading the pack up 12%, trading just under, as you can see here, 24 bucks, followed by Synthetics up about 8%, trading at $2.18, followed by Stellar Lumens up over 5%, trading at 12.5 cents. And checking out the top 100 gainers for the past week, we can see RPL leading the pack up 12% and Synthetics up 7.8%, along with Stellar Lumens up 5.9%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 40 in fear, same as yesterday. Last week was a 39 and last month a 50, which is neutral. So there you have it. Again, welcome to everyone just joining us. I appreciate y'all's support. Now let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis and check out the charts and what's popping with the King Crypto. Here we go. A Bitcoin price correction down to $22,000 is becoming increasingly likely as Bitcoin derivatives have begun to exhibit bearish tendencies. The price chart of Bitcoin leaves little doubt that investor sentiment worsened after the much hyped victory by Grayscale Asset Manager against the US SEC on August 29th and the postponement of multiple spot Bitcoin ETFs requested by the SEC, as I've been covering here in the show. So the central question remains whether the prospects of an ETF can outweigh the growing risk. Now, by August 18th, the entire 19% rally that occurred following the BlackRock ETF initial filing had been fully retraced as Bitcoin moved back down to 26,000. Next, there was a failed attempt to reclaim 28,000 support as investors raised the odds of an ETF approval following the positive news on the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust request. As you can see here in the Bitcoin one-day candle chart. Now, crypto investors' morale, I should say, deteriorated as the S&P closed at 45.15 September 1st, merely 6.3% below the all-time high from January of 2022. And even gold, which hasn't been able to break out above $2,000 an ounce levels since mid-May, is 6.5% away from an all-time high. So consequently, the general feeling for Bitcoin investors just 7 months ahead of the halving is 2024 is certainly less positive than expected. I disagree there. I think 2024 is going to be way more bullish than we are even anticipating. I mean, two catalysts. Let's just stop right there. The two biggest catalysts in the market, Bitcoin halving 2024. So how can you not be bullish? And number two, Bitcoin ETF approval statistics, according to the ETF expert analyst over at Bloomberg, 95% chance that a Bitcoin ETF spot gets approved in the United States. So I just want to state for the record, I'm bullish as ever, and I will continue to be moving into 2024. But let me know how you guys feel. Moreover, multiple sources claim that the US DOJ is likely to indict Binance in a criminal probe. The claims are based on allegations of money laundering and potential violations of sanctions involving Russian entities. I think personally they should just focus on SBF and stop trying to FUD Binance, but that's my two Satoshis. Now, North Code Capital CIO and Bitcoin supporter Pentoshi expressed the current conditions in a recent post, quoting him here, "I think we will eventually get some bearish Binance news versus the DOJ. That should be seen as an opportunity. But overall, we also likely get ETFs this year or early next year in Bitcoin heading to 401ks. Said it before, but this year is the year of accumulation." That's right. I agree. So keep stacking them sats and hodl fam. Now let's discuss the Bitcoin derivatives showing decreasing demand from the bulls. Bitcoin monthly futures typically trade at a slight premium to spot markets, indicating that sellers are asking for more money to delay the settlement. And as a result, Bitcoin futures contracts in healthy markets should trade at a 5 to 10% annual premium, a situation known as contango, which is not yet unique for the crypto markets. Now, Bitcoin's current 3.5% futures premium, which is the basis rate, is at its lowest point since mid-June, prior to the BlackRock filing for a spot ETF. This indicator reflects the decreased demand for leverage buyers utilizing derivative contracts. And as we all know, derivatives are a financial weapon of mass destruction. That's quoting Warren Buffett, yo. Now, anyways, traders should also analyze options markets to understand whether the recent correction has caused investors to become less optimistic. The 25% delta skew is a telling sign where arbitrage desks and market makers overcharge for upside or downside protection. Now, in short, if traders anticipate a Bitcoin price drop, the skew metric will rise above 7%, and phases of excitement tend to have a negative 7% skew. So as displayed in this chart, the options 25% delta skew recently entered bearish territory, with protective put options trading at a 9% premium as of September 4th compared to a similar call option. Now let's discuss Bitcoin futures hinting at 22,000 as the next potential target. Bitcoin derivatives data suggests that the bearish momentum is gaining strength, especially since the approval of a spot ETF could potentially be deferred until next year in 2024, given the SEC's concerns about the lack of measures to prevent significant portion of trading occurring on unregulated offshore exchanges based on stables. Now, meanwhile, the uncertainty in the regulatory landscape does favor the bears, as there is no way to dismiss the fear, the uncertainty, and doubt, which is FUD, surrounding potential actions from the DOJ or the ongoing lawsuits against the exchanges by the SEC. So ultimately, a retracement down to 22,000, the level last seen when Bitcoin's futures premiums were 3.5%, is the most likely scenario, considering the recent inability to sustain a positive price momentum despite the heightened chances of a spot Bitcoin ETF approval. I also like to point out that those same expert analysts from Bloomberg, the ETF experts, are predicting there is a 75% chance still for an ETF spot to be approved in the United States this year. If it doesn't get approved this year, they say 95% next year, which is virtually, no question whatsoever. But anyways, let's get back here. I want to share this with you. As Max Kaiser shared, one Bitcoin still equals 1 Bitcoin. Bitcoin has no volatility whatsoever. It's the fiat money that's volatile. Fiat money is mathematically guaranteed to lose purchasing power. That's where the poor people come from. Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to increase purchasing power. This is how to escape poverty. Can you see the difference? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now let's discuss the Bitcoin long-term hodlers continuing to accumulate, which is the smart money. And I commonly say, follow the smart money, because obviously it's the smart money. The dumb money is basically the ones with the paper hands that are offloading their Bitcoin to the long-term hodlers, which are the whales. So let's discuss this. According to Into the Block, new data reveals that deep-pocketed Bitcoin hodlers have suddenly accumulated over $1 billion worth of the king crypto during the last 2 weeks. How many of you have been accumulating over the past few weeks? Let me know as well. According to market intelligence platform Into the Block, the large Bitcoin hodlers have amassed big quantities of the top digital asset by market cap since the middle of August. Quoting them here, addresses holding 0.1% of the Bitcoin supply or more have added over $1.5 billion in Bitcoin holdings just in the last 2 weeks. They also share, according to Glassnode, that the number of investors holding at least 10 Bitcoin or more has reached over 150,000, spiking to a new 3-year high. That's what's up. Bitcoin number of addresses holding 10 plus coins just reached a 3-year high, as shared here by Glassnode, and that high is 157,324 hodlers. Let's go. Meanwhile, analytics firm Sentiment is keeping a close watch on the total market cap of the top 6 stablecoins. According to the firm, the recent surge in the market cap of the 6 largest stables suggests that crypto may be gearing up for a reversal. Quoting them here, the market caps of the top 6 stables in crypto have collectively declined by 26% in the past 18 months. For the first time since the FTX collapse of last November, we see growth. Now, since August 22nd, the combined market cap has grown by $663 million, as outlined right here. So do you think the market is likely to climb or decline as we sit on the cusp of that $1 trillion total market cap milestone? Let me know your honest thoughts. It's crazy to fathom we're in the year 2023 and the Bitcoin total market cap is still only $500 billion, which is $500 billion. It just goes to show you how early we are when it comes to Bitcoin adoption across the world. Now let's break down our next story of the day. One of the largest, if not the largest gambling website out there, whom everyone is promoting, even like the UFC is an official sponsor, and that Stake, there was just a massive hack where $16 million worth of cryptocurrency was taken off the exchanges. So let's break this down. Welcome y'all just joining us in the live chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Appreciate you guys. Crypto gambling site Stake experienced 16 million in withdrawals September 4th, and what security platform Alerts is calling suspicious transactions. The withdrawing account had been labeled Stake.com hacker by Etherscan, implying that the drained funds may be the result of a stolen private key, as outlined here in this alert. Now, blockchain data shows very large withdrawals from Stake.com contracts into the alleged attacker's account. The first transaction occurred at roughly 12:48 p.m., transferring approximately $4 million worth of Tether from Stake to the attacker's account. The next 2 transactions removed over 6,000 Ethereum, worth roughly $10 million. The attacker continued to remove tokens over the next few minutes, including approximately $1 million of USD coin, USDC, and $900,000 worth of the stablecoin DAI, and 333 Stake classics. Now, Cybers estimated that the total value of the crypto drained is approximately $16 million. After the draining of the funds, the alleged attacker distributed them to multiple accounts, and at this time, Stake has not made an official announcement regarding the suspicious withdrawals, probably because they're still trying to figure out what in the world is going on. Stake is a crypto gambling protocol that offers dice games, blackjack, lingo, and other casino games, as well as sports betting for basketball, tennis, volleyball, UFC, you name it. This is not the first time this year that crypto gambling sites may have been targeted by hackers. On July 23rd, payments provider AlphaPo suffered 31 million in suspicious withdrawals. AlphaPo was a provider for several crypto gambling sites, including High Drop, as well as Bovada and Ignition. All I know is this: I would highly advise everyone to avoid these crypto gambling sites, because more than likely you're not going to win and you are going to get wrecked. even if it is a legitimate site, and I also got to throw a caveat, most of these gambling sites are probably impossible to actually withdraw your funds. I'm not saying that about Stake. I know Stake, is in a different league of its own, but I'm just saying in general, it's the easiest way for hackers to steal your crypto. You put it into something, you think it's safe, you're betting, you're gambling, you're having fun. As soon as you go to withdraw, you're no longer able to do so. I've seen it time and time again. Now, Stake is probably worth, who knows, multiple billions of dollars. So I don't think $16 million hack is going to affect them much. But obviously, this can create FUD, which creates a domino effect across the industry where people lose trust. And that's probably why Stake hasn't even addressed it yet. But I'll be keeping you up to date when we do get an official statement from Stake. And I'm curious, by a show of hands, chat, how many of you have ever used crypto gambling sites before, including Stake? Let me know, and I'll be reading your comments out loud at the end of the show. Now let's break down the next story of the day, and that's a supply shock incoming, according to Anthony Pompliano. Not only a supply shock, but also a demand shock. That's right, longtime Bitcoin bull, Mr. Pompliano, says the King Crypto may witness two types of shocks in the coming months that can lead to an encore of the 2020 bull market. Send it, let's go. In a new interview with CNBC, Pompliano says regulators will eventually green light a spot-based ETF, which we all know is a given, right? According to the venture capitalist, Bitcoin could enter a full-blown market if the approval of a Bitcoin ETF around the time of the next Bitcoin halving. Quoting Pomp here, we have futures-based ETFs. I think we will get a spot Bitcoin ETF. The question is when. One of the things people are not talking about, though, is the ETF is going to be a demand shock. There are going to be assets to flow into this industry when that occurs. But the closer and closer we get to the halving, it will coincide with a supply shock in that halving. And I think that we can see a repeat of 2020 where we go up quite significantly if that occurs. Now, the halving, which slashes the Bitcoin miners' rewards in half, is estimated to take place sometime in April of 2024, roughly only 6 months out. Pomp expects blue chip investors to flock to the leading crypto as soon as the Bitcoin ETF officially hits the market. Quoting him again from this interview, if you're a retail investor and you want exposure to Bitcoin over the last 2, 3, 5 years, you've probably figured out a way to do so. Now, so I don't think there is a ton of inflows coming from the retail investors, but I do think that the sovereign wealth funds or very large institutions, they are not going on Coinbase and buying spot Bitcoin. I think that's where the ETF inflows could happen. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Pomp. And to watch this video he did on CNBC, check the show notes below the video in the description and let me know your thoughts. When do you feel the regulators are finally likely to green light that spot ETF? I think personally, it is more than likely going to happen next year. I am doubtful it happens this year, but at the same time, I am optimistic that it can happen at any time, and at least, I should say, when we all least expect it. I know BlackRock is going to continue accumulating during this time where the Bitcoin price continues to be suppressed. That's due to the unlawful actions of the SEC not allowing any spot Bitcoin ETFs to be approved, even though people like the Winklevoss twins that own the Gemini exchange have been pushing for a Bitcoin ETF for over a decade. However, Gensler and their boys, no. Push it back, delay, delay, delay. So it's ironic how many futures ETFs have been approved, allowing them to manipulate the market through derivatives, but hence no spot ETF. So I truly hope between the Grayscale victory versus the SEC, the BlackRock applications, the ARK 21 Invest, et cetera, that we finally do see one in the United States. Because otherwise, everyone's going to leave and flee the United States and open up shop elsewhere because it seems, it's stifling innovation in the crypto industry, and that's probably all by design. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now let's discuss the latest with Binance CEO CZ, talking about this FUD attack as obviously regulators, Department of Justice, they're all coming after CZ and Binance, and then we'll be breaking down his $10 million Bitcoin price prediction. So here we go. Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao isn't worried about the sudden attention from regulators and the media scrutiny directed at his company. Instead, he views this as an opportunity for Binance to show its value amidst what he believes is FUD. And as I pointed out in yesterday's episode, we did the top 10 rich list of Bitcoin wallets, and 3 of the top 10 belong to Binance. Just goes to show you how powerful this company has become over the years, to say the least. But anyways, during a Twitter Spaces event on Friday, CZ blamed Binance's critics for trying to make his company look like FTX, a failed crypto operated by his rival, Scam Bankman the fraudster, who is currently facing legal issues. Now, CZ said, "We are a much stronger company today than we were 2 years ago," I think, adding that Binance is way ahead of the game in terms of regulatory compliance. And despite the FUD, Binance CEO shares his optimism that Binance has only proved its strength by maintaining a large number of users and its significant market presence. CZ is defending himself and the company against the allegations made by the SEC. And on March 27th, the U.S. CFTC sued Binance for breaking U.S. trading and derivative rules. Binance is currently under investigation in Canada. And if you didn't know, CZ is actually a Canadian citizen. Now, also Australia and France for suspected violations of regulations. And according to CZ, Binance is still the world's largest crypto exchange. That's a fact. But these lawsuits have made a drastic negative change. After the SEC's lawsuit, the Binance US market saw a dramatic drop of 78% in their market share, and overall trading reduced to 52% according to data from CoinGecko. Now, CZ said, "I think more decentralized the industry becomes, the better," and noted that DeFi currently represents around 5 to 10% of the CeFi, which are centralized finance, volumes from the exchanges. Now, CZ believes that more conversations with the U.S. authorities can lead to improvements in a way that regulators handle cryptocurrency. CZ stated that the current situation feels unclear when it comes to crypto regulations and hopes that by working together on this closely, the regulatory landscape for cryptos can become more clear as well as constructive. So there you have it. What do you think? How do you think this will likely end for Binance and CZ? Do you think they'll just brush it off and continue with business as usual? Or do you think this attack can potentially cause major damage, just like what happened to FTX, like we all witnessed last year? And I actually just watched the documentary on, I think it's called like the $30 billion fraud, and it's about Sam Bankman-Fried and all that has been going on with FTX. Pretty interesting little documentary. If you haven't checked it out, be sure to do so. But they also are trying to point the finger at CZ. We had that with Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary. He was sticking up for Scam Bankman-Fried, and he was pointing it's CZ's fault. And then Bankman-Fried was trying to point the finger at CZ. So I think it's just like a misdirect. It's like, hey, we're not doing anything wrong. It's his fault. It's his fault. Meanwhile, he's been in this game for a very long time, hence why they're the largest exchange in the world. And also, I believe CZ is the richest in crypto and most likely the first to become a trillionaire, surpassing the wealth of Jeff Bezos as well as Elon Musk. What are your thoughts, though, fam? Let me know, chat. All right, now let's break down our breaking story of the day and discuss CZ and his $10 million price prediction for the King Crypto, shall we? Now, I'm going to be referring to myself in the third party because Binance created this article referencing my story I shared regarding this prediction. Anyways, JV, a crypto YouTube influencer, remembers CZ's prediction the Bitcoin would reach $10 million per coin. JV referred to the statement in a recent video uploaded on YouTube where he analyzed various aspects of Bitcoin's market development. JV looked back at CZ's Bitcoin prediction while analyzing Binance's CEO's recent X comments in a Q&A session, which was on July 5th. CZ addressed several issues, including the Binance reaction to the ongoing regulatory scrutiny, and also spoke about the rising interest of institutional investors in crypto and the proposed BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF. CZ made the $10 million Bitcoin price prediction back in 2021, a couple of years back, following MicroStrategy's announcement allocating Bitcoin for their corporate strategy. CZ based his analysis on the possibility of several corporate companies across the world allocating just 1% of their corporate treasury into Bitcoin. And according to CZ, that can lead to a 1,000x growth in the value of the flagship crypto. Can someone run that math for me? What is at today's current Bitcoin price 26,000 times 1,000? I know that's like a huge number. Someone run the math, please. JV highlighted CZ's welcoming approach to institutional investors in the Bitcoin ecosystem, and CZ noted the advantages traditional finance firms bring to the crypto industry, despite concerns about their intentions clashing with Bitcoin's decentralized nature. And according to JV, CZ identified two key factors driving Binance's strategy for the next 18 months. They include the upcoming Bitcoin halving, which is again now only 6 months away, scheduled to be sometime in April of 2024, as well as the growing interest of institutional investors in the crypto industry, which we're seeing from the likes of the major players, BlackRock, and all these major asset managers. He noted that both factors would lead Binance bracing up for higher trading volumes. Obviously, that's a given. The Bitcoin community expects the next halving to happen in April of 2024, now less than 6 months away, and it is an aspect of the Bitcoin algorithm designed to control inflation and promote Bitcoin scarcity. The past halving events resulted in significant growth of the Bitcoin value, and users expect a similar scenario when the next Bitcoin halving occurs. So there you have it. The post-Binance CEO predicted Bitcoin will reach 10 million, appeared first on Coin Edition. And again, 1000x is way above and beyond this $10 million price prediction, but it is what it is. Let me know if you feel that CZ will be correct, and by what year do you feel it's a realistic possibility that the Bitcoin price can smash $10 million per BTC. Holla at your boy. And for those of you just tuning in or joining the live stream, make sure to smash that like. It helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate that, to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And we are running an experiment. So right before I do the live Q&A, I want to encourage everyone to open up as many tabs as possible of this live stream and simply refresh by hitting the F5 key simultaneously. Let's see if we can get the show to 1,000 concurrent viewers. That's the goal. This is an experiment. I'd say in honor of Satoshi creating 21 million Bitcoin, let's all open 21 tabs of this live show and let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 concurrent viewers and, do what it do, getting more exposure to Bitcoin and go from there. And I'm going to start reading everyone's comments out loud. Massive shout out to Bitcoin Maximus. He ran the math. That's $26 million per Bitcoin. Good to note. So 1,000 times 26,000 is 26 million. So ZZ is ultimately saying he's anticipating Bitcoin one day hitting $26 million per coin. If you'd love to see that turn into fruition, let us know, chat. I appreciate it. What's up, Matthew? $0 G Row in the building. What's up? Let's get these tabs popping, shall we? Baz Dragon, we don't know if CZ had been naughty or not. Basically, I think he's just being attacked, obviously. I think the regulators want a monopoly. They were trying to monopolize crypto with Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. That couldn't be any more clear. And now that that company no longer exists and has gone bankrupt, they're just attacking all the good actors in the space. It is what it is. We're going to become millionaires, says Obi-Wan Miracle. I think you're right. I think it's a matter of time, especially if you're a whole coiner. I would continue stacking them stats. What's up, Hodl Mike 73? Appreciate you tuning in. Are you guys opening up tabs right now? Let's get this show to 1,000 concurrent viewers. We're already close to 300, so let's make this happen. What's up, LeVar? What's up, Sailing with Twins? What's up, Chris Minka? What's up, Golden Giant? Good to see you, fam. What's poppin'? Bitcoin Maximus in the building. What's good? Good to see you all. Jack Jiong, welcome for show. Appreciate you tuning in and supporting the movement as always. Good stuff. Epicness, Lawrence Abramoff. I appreciate your support, fam. Thank you as always. Tim's Crypto, Knox Bill. What's good? Seth Walker. I own 2, so I sure hope you are right. Well, congratulations, fam. Just hodl. That's the $1 million question right now. Are you able to hodl those 2 coins? If so, you're looking pretty good. Good stuff. Hodl Dom, what's up, fam? Tom Moore, good to see you. Happy Labor Day once again. Love the channel. You're doing a great job. Thank you, CJ Roush. I appreciate that. DCA Bitcoin No Alts coming to you. Fam from Clearwater, Florida. Bring it, JV. You got it. Clearwater's my old stomping grounds. That's where I relocated from to Puerto Rico back in 2018. So shout out to Clearwater, Florida. Beautiful beaches, white sand, gotta love it. Waiting for this month to be over and for the bears to go into hibernation, says Black Swan the Dawn. We shall soon see where these bears go. September sales, load them up, says Knox Bill. 100%. Let's freaking go. Love it or hate it, I'm loading up on some more Shiba Swap Bone tokens, says CJ. I wish you the best of luck with that, fam. Thanks for letting us know. How is everyone's weekend going? I'm on the last day of vacation here. I'm enjoying the blessed life of long-term hodlers. Happy to hear. Enjoy your final days of AK, fam. Evening, Bitcoin fam from the UK, says Baz. Shout out to Baz. Chris says, I am here. Welcome, Chris. Hope you're having a good day, my man. Appreciate that. Remember, as a long-term hodler, you should always stay humble enough to keep learning as you go. This is key life advice. Word up. Appreciate the sage advice. Hola to JV and the Crypto News Alerts fam. We doing great. Maximus, appreciate you tuning in, fam. Good stuff. Livar, want to say thanks for the extremely informative show every single day. You're very welcome, Livar Stangelin. I appreciate you tuning in, supporting the show. Thank you for all the smash likes, DCA, Bitcoin, no alts. Now I'm actually going to check the Discord server. We have a Ask a Question channel. I strongly encourage everyone not already in the Crypto News Alerts Discord server to join. It's discord.cryptonewsalerts.net, and you can participate and ask questions in which I could address here in the show. We also have a $100,000 Fiesta party, channel for those of you who want to join us over in Puerto Rico and celebrate when the Bitcoin price action finally smashes that six-figure mark. So here are some questions. Shout out to Digital Dankness for asking, and also a little clarification from Bitcoin Maximus on yesterday's question. He said, will Gary Gensler do the honorable thing? And he wasn't calling Gary Gensler honorable. So I want to make that clear. Thanks for the clarification. So here's some questions. Can Bitcoin's potential as a censorship resistant store of value empower the citizens to resist corrupt policies and demand more accountability? 100%. Because first and foremost, I think with the option of having Bitcoin over a CBDC, for example, I'm going to be preaching this 100 times more than I've already have been doing for the past, previous years. And I think more and more people are going to want transparency, but also something that they can trust. Bitcoin is not only transparent on the blockchain, as it's an open public ledger, but it's something you can trust because it's incorruptible. The CBDCs are going to be corruptible. It's programmable money by the central bankers, who are the same corrupt mofos that brought to us, fiat currency. So all the CBDCs are going to be at the end of the day is a digital version of fiat, which is programmable. And here's the type of things that they'll be able to program with a CBDC. They can give you a time to spend the digital dollars, and if you don't spend it, it expires. So for example, you have 1 year to spend it, don't save it. And it's going to encourage more spending versus saving. They don't want people saving. And if you're going to save dollars, it would make no sense whatsoever anyways, because of inflation and hyperinflation on the rise. As Michael Saylor described it, it's a melting ice cube. Why would anyone be saving fiat dollars in a bank right now, especially considering there's virtually zero yield? So you're just going to lose 20% a year from inflation. On the other hand, you have transparent, uncorruptible money, right, that cannot be confiscated, and it's the complete opposite of a CBDC. CBDC represents slavery, control, whereas Bitcoin represents freedom and sovereignty. Bitcoin is the antidote to those CBDCs. So everyone smart that understands what's actually happening right now with the money system should be stacking sats so that they have an out to exit the matrix, the escape valve, as I think it was Janet Yellen or Christine Lagarde once described Bitcoin as. And that's true. Bitcoin is an escape valve out of their fiat matrix Ponzi scheme. I truly do believe that. So excellent question coming from Dankness. Thank you for asking that question in our Discord server. Another great question. He says, my question, what ways my Bitcoin censorship resistance influence the evolution of digital communication and freedom of expression? Well, I believe it's under the First Amendment, freedom of speech. Bitcoin is code, so it is free speech at the end of the day. That's why they can't control it. It's censorship resistant from governments. No government can stop a Bitcoin transaction. And I will say, I think this is going to help restore our rights, which are trying to be taken away from us by the powers that be. So Bitcoin equals freedom of speech. Central bank digital currencies equal enslavement and no right to speak your mind, because if you do, it's going to be tied to a social credit score where they could ultimately do things like program your money to where you can no longer travel. Oh, you want to go on a flight, go visit Thailand? Sorry, you got a bad social credit score and your money from the CBDCs is about to expire. You're not granted permission to do so unless you act this particular way. You know what I mean? So that's the future of money. What sounds better to you? Enslavement or freedom? You know what I mean? CBDCs or Bitcoin? The choice, my friend, is yours. Let me know, fam. And keep opening up them tabs. Let's see how high we can get. I didn't watch the live yesterday, but still came through late and dropped a like because, you know what I mean? Can't let the fam down. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. Means a lot. Much love, much respect. I found him over the weekend. Dude's a straight up gangster, referring to Robert Breedlove. Yeah, he's awesome. Shout out to Robert. I believe that 22,000 in September will near the lows and that we'll never see again into the future, says Robert Brady. Word up. Zero says he recommended a cold wallet called in iCoin. Gonna order one tonight. Nice. I haven't heard of the iCoin. I'm gonna have to Google that myself. Appreciate the insights. You don't get much smarter than Saylor. 100%. He is the man. Continually converting trash to BTC, says Michael Volkman. Happy to hear that. Mr. Still Stacking says exactly, JV. The 2024 bull is just quietly laying low for now, waiting for just the right moment to pounce on the bears, melting the faces of the god candles. Send it. Let's get it. I like JV's Saylor impression. Want to know what the best is? Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's Bitcoin and there's Bitcoin. Yeah, classic. Shout out to Saylor again. Shout out from South Africa. Shout out to everyone in South Africa. Shout out to Sailing with Twins. Chris says, people can just see how easy it is for the Bitcoin to hit a few trillion market cap more. That's just less than 1% availability market for Bitcoin. That's right. The total addressable market, fam, is north of $700 trillion. So if just 1% of the asset managers, the major ones in the world, the BlackRocks, Fidelities, Schwabs, Citadels, etc., allocate just 1%, we're talking about a multiple seven-figure Bitcoin. And then as time goes and they see insane returns and everything is working according to plan, what do you think they're going to do? You think they're only going to allocate 1%? No. Eventually 5%, 10%, 20%, 50%. It'll just make too much sense not to. And that's when we can see a $20 trillion market cap, as many predictions have been shared from the likes of Michael Saylor, and other major influencers in Bitcoin. Got into Bitcoin when the market cap was only 14 billion. For real? That's pretty early. What year was that, Megadon? Much love, much respect. It's hard not to see mass adoption of Bitcoin when we see purchasing power of fiat draining away. The pound goes nowhere these days, it seems. You make a great point, Boz. I think even sooner than the first half. I think technical deadline is sometime March 2024. That's right. We also have Adam Back, Blockstream founder. He is making a wager. He actually bet 1 million Satoshis, probably roughly $300, that the Bitcoin price will hit 6 figures, which ultimately means $100,000 by March 31st, 2024, which virtually means before the halving. How many of you agree that that prediction is likely to happen, a 6-figure Bitcoin price pre-halving? Please do let me know. Someone asked me what kind of crypto hodl was. That's hilarious. Is there a hodl coin? Yeah, it's called Bitcoin. That's the one you hodl. Smash the like, Matthew. Appreciate that, fam. Says Sci-Fire 67 word. Thanks for tuning in. All good. You got to catch the replay if you're just tuning in, fam. Hello from Michigan. Shout out to Hodl Mike 73. Appreciate the support each and every day, fam. We are going to become millionaires, 100%. Just a matter of time. I think we will, as long as you have at least 0.1 BTC. We don't know if CZ has been naughty or not. Good question. I guess only Santa knows. What up, Skull Cruncher? Welcome. I think all these predictions are cool, but from my point of view, if you understand how Bitcoin works, the real estimate is astronomically higher than 26 million. I agree with $0 G-Row. Appreciate that comment. Barry, shout out to Holland. Up to 1,000 views. Hip Hop JV. Let's go. How many tabs y'all got open? If we can all just open 21 tabs right now, I'm pretty confident we can have 1,000 plus concurrent viewers, because that's just how the algorithm works. So if you guys can help participate, come on, guys. I don't know how to take any of these crypto company heads other than Swan, Blockstream, that are pushing products that support Bitcoin. Exchanges seem like scammers to me. It does seem that way because a lot of the major exchanges are pushing so many scam coins, which the SEC is deeming as unregistered securities. So I definitely see where you're coming from on that. Thanks to all the mods, the cleanest chat in the industry. Yes, shout out to all the moderators. Much love. Digital Dankness, Maximus, and the crew. We appreciate your dedication every day. XRP is a digital fiat Ponzi garbage. It's a CBDC Trojan horse, says Matthew J. Preach. No Thailand for you, government. Says Knoxville. Tabs seem to be working. We'll keep them popping. Let's go. Not a gambler nor a gamer. Word up. Me neither. I've never gambled on any crypto gambling website because even if I won, I wouldn't expect to be able to withdraw. And I don't like gambling to begin with, or I'd be trading derivatives on the futures markets. What brands is your Bitcoin chair? That leather looks awesome. Honestly, it's probably not even real leather. Maybe I paid $150 for it, just being honest. So I doubt it's real leather. It looks nice. It's just a gaming chair. I think if you go to Amazon and you type in gaming chair, it should come up. I also got my daughter a gaming chair in pink. She loves it. Hers has like a footrest and it can recline kind of like a couch. So hers is actually super cool. I think hers was like $300. Mine was half the cost. Anyways, just got here. Yeah, this is pod episode number 1392. I appreciate all the support, fam. How are we supposed to be able to buy Bitcoin with CBDCs? Will the price go up in a depression? No one can predict the future. That's why I think it's so important to be stacking sats now. What if CBDCs rolled out and then they just attacked Binance and Coinbase and all the major exchanges and it became impossible to buy Bitcoin on a centralized exchange and the only option was a CBDC? Just saying, not saying that's going to happen, but what if? You know what I mean? I'd be stacking sats now, get it in your cold storage. No one can confiscate that from you. And at the same time, if some ish were to hit the fan, for lack of a better term, you're protected, you're good, you have the antidote to the CBDCs. Because I bet you it may be more and more difficult over time to buy Bitcoin. It's not going to be as easy as it is. Maybe it will be. Who knows? But I wouldn't put anything past them, fam. They don't want people undermining their digital fiat Ponzi scheme with Bitcoin. So maybe they're going to make it more difficult to buy Bitcoin and make it more and more easy to access CBDCs and Ponzi scheme, fiat currencies. Please leave a message after the live show, even if it's just a high five. I appreciate you sharing that, Maximus, because it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. So as soon as the live show is done, the comment section under the video opens up. And if you guys can drop comments, it helps out so much. We could get literally 3, 4, 5 times more traffic to each episode. So instead of like 10 or 15,000 views, we could potentially get 30, 45,000 views per episode with your help, because that's how the algorithm works. The more interaction, the better, the greater. So I appreciate the insights. Boomer Futurist, let's freaking go. Bring it. Good day, JV and Crypto News Alerts fan. Welcome, Cryptic Sniper. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you tuning in. Good morning to all, says Andy Surfer. Getting the best crypto news recap with Crypto News Alerts. You already know CNA in the building. 21 tabs each and 3 browsers. That's what's up, Robert Brady. Much love and much respect. Got 8 tabs running right now. Now, the next thing you want to do, let's see how this works as an experiment. Everyone refresh those tabs simultaneously. Refresh, refresh, refresh. That should spike the algorithm. We'll see how that happens. Let's see if we can get above 300 before the end of the show. Come on. Minimal. JV, what's up? Gizmo, what's good? Crypto Pimp, holla, what's up? Always watch on my phone. No way to cheat the app. All good. If you're on a phone, I know you can't do that. This is for those on a computer. Peer-to-peer trading, no need for CBDCs or centralized exchanges. That's right. Peer-to-peer is the way to go. But what are the peer-to-peer options? There used to be, was it localbitcoins.com? When I first got into Bitcoin, that was like the top peer-to-peer exchange. Now, I don't even know if they exist. I think they had to close up shop. I don't think government wants peer-to-peer because they want KYC, know your customer. So all the centralized exchanges, which are the on-ramps and the off-ramps, the governments control the on-ramps and the off-ramps, and they want all your personal information, which sucks. You know what I mean? But it is what it is at the end of the day. Happy Labor Day. 10 million a Bitcoin sounds tasty, says Paul Frau. Word up. 10 million does sound delicious. You know what I mean? We should get a $10 million Bitcoin birthday cake at the $100,000 fiesta party in Puerto Rico just for the, projecting the future price of what's to come. You know what I mean? How would that change your life? Let's just talk about that for a minute. $100,000 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin, hypothetically, we're in the future and it's the year 2024, and let's say it's June and Bitcoin hits $100,000, how would that change your life? What would that do for you? Let me know. Would you be able to retire? Would you be able to maybe retire your mom or dad? Would you maybe be able to, do something for your family that's on your bucket list? You know what I mean? Maybe go to Disney. What in the world would you do, hypothetically speaking, if Bitcoin was realistically $100,000 right now, which is ultimately 4x the current price action? Let me know, fam. I'll read those thoughts out loud. I'd love to know. Jeff says, pay off the mortgage. That's what's up. That's right. Especially considering, these interest rates right now, it doesn't seem to be coming down anytime soon. They say, Max said that these interest rates can rise 10, 15, 20%. It's happened before, I guess before my time, but could you imagine trying to buy a house with a 20% interest rate? Good luck with that. That would be whack. You know what I mean? So yeah, debt free. That's what's up. Get out of debt. Love to hear that. Get your freedom back. Help the poor people, says Barry. Love to hear that, fam. A Puerto Rico trip. Damn right. Everyone should be coming to Puerto Rico so we can party. Donate it to CRT. What's CRT stand for, Robert? Enlighten me, please. Dollar G Row. What would you be doing, fam? Definitely retiring to an easier job, says Paul. Word up. Retirement for good, says Maximus. Can't wait for you to retire and do what you love every day. Maybe you guys can all start a podcast like myself and just do what you love to do every day and not have to go to a 9-to-5 job. You know what I mean? Do something from home. Spread the word of Bitcoin, spreading the holy gospel of Satoshi. Let's do it. HODL, hold on for dear life. I like that, Tim. Precisely what I'll be doing. HODLing. Mercedes S580. Word up. That sounds sexy. Hope that comes true for you and you get to ride your dream car. I'll be able to support my mom more. Love to hear that. That's what this is all about. You know what I mean? Once you attain freedom, being able to give back to those you love and care about. Much love. If Bitcoin dips, it means God loves you and wants you to be rich. So dollar cost average. That's a great perspective coming from G. Willis. Or G. Wills. Much love, fam. Thank you for sharing. CRT means certified respiratory therapist. Oh, very interesting. A respiratory therapist. Good to note. Thank you for sharing. I will build my underground bunker. Ooh, that's right. I need an underground bunker just in case ish hits the fan. We're getting closer to 300, fam. So whatever you guys are doing is working. Open up those tabs, refresh those tabs. Let's get above 300. Let's see what we can do. Anything is possible when we stand together. I have a face more suited for radio. Word up. You start your own radio show. You'll put Howard Stern out of business. Come on, Johnny Rico. You got this. Help the street dogs. I love that. I rescued my pup here in Puerto Rico 3 years ago, Nipsey. He was skin and bones. Street, literally from the streets. That's why I had to call him Nipsey in respect for Nipsey Hussle because he was so cool, so calm, so collective. Bone sheep swap. Does that mean you're going all in, Mason? What up? Ambrosia Chocolate Factory. Most will foreclose. It seems that BlackRock owns most of the housing market in the United States along with Warren Buffett. So they own all the real estate. Most of it. Bubble pops. Yeah, it's inevitable. Semi-retired becomes fully retired and get a day trade full time, says Steve. Word up. Otainzy Net says, spread the godly insight on Bitcoin. Good. We'll join forces and we can just, you know what I mean, do what it is that we do best. Charitable, revocable trust. That's what's up. Look into it and keep your wealth tax-free. Love that, Robert Brady. Wise insights there being shared. Sell my Bitcoin to buy Shiba Inu. What? Is this, are you trolling me, Jeff? Or are you being serious? So hypothetically, if Bitcoin was 100 grand right now, you'd sell it all and buy Shiba and go all in on Shiba? Try to become the wealthiest person in the world? Let me know. I appreciate you guys sharing. A trust is smart. That's right. Trust is the way to go to protect your funds. Something I discovered over time is wealthy people own nothing and control everything. Poor people want to own everything, therefore they control nothing. So if you want to be wealthy, you know what I mean? You don't want nothing in your name because it could be taken away from you. You just want to be able to control it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe trust allow you to have that type of control without owning it so that it cannot be taken away. And there's also a lot of other incentives in doing so. So thank you for sharing that. Gregorio, what up, fam? XRP Ripple, what up? Says IPO stock announcement September 29th. Word. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, come on. Don't start spamming the chat, guys. Don't copy paste the same message over and over. That's just annoying. We do have moderators to take care of that. And look, Bitcoin Maximus on it. Boom, boom, boom. Deleted, deleted, deleted. You guys awesome. I'll be a mod for Crypto News Alerts if Bitcoin goes to 10 mil. This is the dream. Love the Crypto News Alerts, fam, and I greatly appreciate that, fam. Anyways, now for a recap, what I covered with you here in today's show. I broke down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as Bitcoin futures data hints at 22,000 as the next logical step. We also discuss breaking news that large Bitcoin hodlers are abruptly accumulating over $1.5 billion in Bitcoin just in the last 2 weeks alone, according to Into the Block. We also discussed crypto gambling site Stake, and I think it's the largest, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a $16 million recent hack. We also discussed the latest from Pompliano saying Bitcoin could witness both a demand and supply shock at the same time this bull run. We also discussed the latest from the Binance CEO CZ saying he's defending against regulators amidst the ongoing FUD and that none of it is true. And we also discussed CZ's $10 million Bitcoin price prediction. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. And don't forget to smash that like and drop a comment in the main comment section as soon as this stream is over. And I appreciate all the support.